Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. On feedback. As a career advisor and a play director and with my wife and friends, I'm always deciding if and how to give feedback. Of course, I also try to react wisely when I am criticized myself. Except when getting praised, people seem more resistant to feedback at work, outside of work, and especially about politics, where a common reaction is derision, if not an epithet. Well, here is how I try to maximize feedback's potential for improvement while skirting the landmines. I can't always restrain myself from just being honest, calling a spade, but realize that few people respond fair-mindedly to bluntness. So, as soon as I feel myself wanting to criticize, I try to ask myself, how sure am I that my feedback and proposed solution are reasonable? If I do nothing, will it improve enough by itself? The unvarnished truth is that some people just aren't bright or motivated enough to improve even when given tactful suggestions. Is the issue consequential enough to risk defensiveness? If I do decide to sally forth, unless the person has been repeatedly recalcitrant on matters of importance, I force myself to start with face-saving kindness. For example, I could be wrong, but I'm wondering if it might be good to do X. Note, I do try to accompany a criticism with a suggestion for improvement. Also, using the term, if it might be good, rather than you might want to, reduces the person's likelihood of feeling personally attacked and thus defensive and resistant. If I decide to be direct, here's an example of what I might say. John, I've tried to be tactful, but honestly, it hasn't worked well enough. I need to give you some feedback. I need to see you working harder, and if you can't do something, rather than fudge it or give up, ask a coworker. Google it. Oh, yes, ask me. By the way, note my pleasant tone. I'm not being mean. I would not expect assent, especially from such a person, but I hopefully will have planted a seed that would move that person off complacency. Now, by nature, I am judgmental, and it requires a fair amount of discipline for me to reflect on when it is worth expressing a judgment and how. And when I'm getting criticized, not always successfully, I try to restrain my tendency to get defensive. Rather, I try to breathe and ask myself if the feedback is worth considering. If I think not, I then ask myself, is it worth disagreeing, or should I deflect by saying, I'll think about it? My goal here is to provide you with guardrails for getting or giving feedback. It's core to individual, organizational, and societal growth, but too often results in passive-aggressive resistance or out-and-out retribution, whether by the person or, for example, their union. Because of the increasing care we have to exert in giving feedback, on top of all the other stresses and costs in hiring and managing people, if I were hiring, my first thought might be, is there a good enough tech solution? Anyway, that's on feedback. As usual, I welcome your thumbs up and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel, and certainly would welcome you taking a look at any of my 34 books. Perhaps the most relevant is How to Do Life, but all 34 are on Amazon. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.